Hey everyone, Mike from Just Watch here. Today I am doing something I've never done before, giving you a look at my watch rotation. Previously I've only done reviews and that sort of thing, so I thought you guys might want to take a look at what is in my watch rotation right now, kind of my top 5, the watches I wear the most, etc., etc. So let's start where it all began with me. Let's start with my 6309 Turtle. This is the first watch I reviewed on my channel. This is the first watch I really loved. I purchased this in the mid 1980s, and the thing has just been a champ since. Currently running it on a leather strap, kind of this aged looking leather strap, which I kind of like. I mean, it doesn't matter that it's not on rubber or on a bracelet, because this watch will not go into water anymore. It's definitely in need of a seal rebuild should I do that. But that is a look at the 6309. Really enjoy wearing this. Brings back lots of great memories, and you can see all of the marks that are on that bezel and on the case and everything. This thing has been through a lot with me. A lot of sports, a lot of surfing, mountain biking, motorcycling, you name it, this watch has been through it. So really enjoy having this one in my collection still. The next is this one's probably familiar to anybody that follows the channel or follows my Instagram. This is my Hamilton Khaki 38 field watch. This is the automatic version with the H70 movement. You can take a look here. It is currently actually on a Bark and Jack NATO, which I'm quite fond of. I really like this. So there's your H70 automatic movement. This guy's running good. It's running a little on the fast side, but not terribly. And if an automatic watch is going to be off one way or another, I'd much rather have it be off on the fast than slow side. Really good, simple, clean field watch to wear day to day. I like to wear this one a lot when I go hiking. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably see I do a bit of hiking, a lot of hiking up in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. Lots of peaks have been summited with this one on the wrist. I really like it because it's low profile, very comfortable. And the price point and everything, the way this is made, I don't really care if it gets dinged up or scratched or what have you. Next is the Seiko SBDC 101. This is the newest iteration of the 62 Mas with the new 6R35 movement. This is a great size, 40 millimeter, really well made as far as the alignment goes and everything. I do enjoy wearing this watch, but I have to admit, it is not getting the wrist time that it should. So it actually makes me consider selling it from time to time. I don't know, I put it on and then a couple hours later take it off for one of the other pieces in my rotation. And that would be the next two that you're going to see. But really good, solid watch. Don't love the bracelet. It's not horrible, but it's okay. It is what it is from Seiko. At this point, you just get what you get. I do love the classic 62 Mas styling on this as far as the case, the dial, and what have you. And I did just see that Seiko has updated this to include a little bit of a lume plot just on the outside of the date window. And I heard that might be so they can get it rated as an ISO diver. So stay tuned from that one. I haven't confirmed that yet, but from what I've seen on Instagram, it looks like it is heading that way. Really good piece on the wrist. I really enjoy this piece. Now the next one, it's controversial for some because it's an homage, but really, it's an homage of 3 different watches. So it's not a complete rip-off of a Rolex, as a lot of people think. The case is very similar to an Omega case. The crown guards are very similar to a vintage Tudor. And of course, the dial and bezel and handset are very close to some older Rolexes, but definitely not a watch that you can purchase on the market today anywhere. This is, of course, the Steinhart Ocean Explorer 39. And this is, I think, limited only to namenwatches.com. Really good wearing piece. This actually is a watch that I wear a lot, simply because I like the price point. I don't care, it's a under $500 retail watch, and it's something that you know, I don't care if it's getting scratched up or beat up. And, you know, I'll wear this for day to day if I'm doing yard work outside, if I'm riding my bike or what have you. And I just enjoy the kind of classic vintage look, the 369 dial, the Mercedes handset, the gilt, all of that good stuff that comes along with it. It's a very easy to read and legible dial. And it's a super high quality watch in that it features an ETA 2824 Swiss movement and just runs incredibly well. This actually runs at about plus 6 seconds per week. So under 1 second fast per day. This watch has never seen any adjustment or what have you. And that's with, you know, daily wear on the wrist and then, you know, putting it on the night table at night and putting it to sleep. So awesome watch. And this watch actually has the bezel action on this watch is as good as any dive watch I've ever owned. It's just fantastic as far as that goes. It's really nice, 120 clicker, easy to actuate, but not too easy. You know, some watches have that where it's too easy to do. Really like this one overall. And then last but not least is definitely my favorite, to nobody's surprise, especially if you follow my Instagram. It is my nouveau vintage, I guess you could say, Rolex Explorer. This is the 1140-270, the 114-270. You know, tried and proven, easy for me to say, tried and proven caliber movement with inside and just classic great looks and size at 36 millimeters. Of course, you know, the vintage, these older Rolex bracelets leave a lot to be desired as far as when compared to new, but it does have screw adjustments, which is great. You know, classic, I do like that the 1140-270 has the solid and links, and I do love the case size and, of course, that classic Rolex 369 sport dial. Really great on the wrist, too. I'll give you a look at the watch on the wrist. And this guy is running well within cost. This is a manufactured in 2004, so I believe it's an F series. Pull up the sleeve there. So there is the 36 millimeter Explorer on the wrist. Just classic Rolex, you know, classic early 2000s Rolex. And this is the category of Rolex that have really taken a big jump in price lately. We're seeing this watch, you know, you could buy these 1140-270s for $4,500 to $5,000 US up to a year ago, maybe even 6 months ago. And since the introduction of the new 36 millimeter, they have jumped up in price considerably. The average price I'm seeing on these lately is 6,000 plus. On Chrono 24, even more. I've seen them up as high as 7,000, 8,000 if they have the, you know, the full set, the box and paperwork and what have you. Good stuff, though. I really enjoy wearing this watch on a day-to-day basis. You know, people that know my channel know that I'm a big fan of a 36 millimeter watch, and I do have a smaller 170 millimeter wrist size, so that is probably part of the reason why I do enjoy wearing the smaller watch size. But I just kind of like that classic look of a smaller watch too. You know, I don't like these huge 45 millimeter dive watches on me, at least. They just look like I have some instrument from a dashboard strapped to my wrist or something. To me, that's just to my eyes. So I've always found it interesting when you wear a 36 millimeter for a while, that how your eye adjusts to it. And once your eye adjusts to it, it doesn't look as small, you know, if you're coming from a 43 or a 42 or 41 millimeter watch. And oftentimes, I know I'm going off on a tangent here, sorry about that, but you can see this is a 39 millimeter case size, and 36, of course. You can see the dial sizes are actually pretty close if you ignore, you know, the bezel. And the Rolex might actually have a little bit bigger dial than this 39 millimeter Explorer from Steinhart. But anyways, that is it. That is my Big 5 rotation. I hope you guys enjoyed getting this little glimpse at, you know, kind of my personal favorites. And we'll see you soon with another episode. All right, everybody. Thanks.